Hi, so today we're talking about stereotypes and the effect that they have on people. I think that stereotypes can be a very ugly thing. It can be very hurtful. It can stop people from achieving their dreams. It can stop people from wanting more. It can also be a very encouraging. It can be food for like motivation, kind of like for people that want to do more with their life and want to change how people think about them. I think that we give stereotypes far too much credit sometimes, especially the negative ones. We are simple people. We like to rely on easy information, and it is much easier to stereotype a group than to get to know them or study them or understand them. And sometimes, honestly, we don't care enough to get to know or study or understand. We would much rather be stuck in our own mindset. It takes very special people, very intelligent, very open-minded people to look past stereotypes and do research on their own, get to know groups of people, get to know more about people than just what's on surface level or what's easy to characterize people as. So me personally, yes, I feel like I've been stereotyped a lot in my life, mostly for being black or being a woman or being from Detroit. I feel like those are the three things that I've had to deal with the most stereotypes about. Being black, I get stereotypes that I might be loud or I might be angry or violent or anything like that. Also, the same thing that kind of comes from being from Detroit, that I might be a violent person or that I might have just anything crazy pretty much you could think of people will associate with Detroit or places like it. Being a woman, stereotypes that I am not a strong leader, that I am not outspoken, as far as I couldn't lead a big group, or I just pretty much anything, or I'm a great mother, or I would be a great mother, or I am caring and loving and sweet and not hard or hardened or just anything for the most part. Stereotypes and the way these stereotypes have affected my life, sometimes they limit me when it comes to friends and it comes to meeting people, because often people already have a stereotype about the kind of person that I am just based off my skin tone, being a woman, and being where I'm from. They already think they know me sometimes, so I think I lose a lot of opportunities to get to know some people. At the same time, I have to ask myself, are those people you really want to know if they would judge you that way? Besides that, have these stereotypes truly harmed my life? Like I said, I would definitely say they have, but I think we all suffer from that. I don't feel singled out by stereotypes, because every group has its stereotypes, regardless of if you're rich or if you're poor, or if you're from Detroit or if you're from Belleville, anywhere. It doesn't matter. There are going to be some stereotypes associated with it. As far as the refugee center and being there this week, I was able to do English tutoring, which I honestly thought would be really easy, really simple. You go back there, you help a few people with a few words, you answer some questions, you do what you can, and that's it. This week was extremely challenging. It was honestly the most challenging experience I've had since I've been there, and I'm so thankful for it. I went into the English teaching room and I was ready to sit in the back of the class and do whatever was asked of me, and he asked me could I take a student that spoke no English out into the room, into another room, and teach him beginner's English. I have never ever taught anyone a language because I only know English. So it for me was a terrifying experience. I was so scared that I was about to waste his time and I wouldn't be able to teach him anything, and that he wouldn't understand anything I was saying. There was no way for us to, I didn't see any way to make this connection whatsoever. And I just was like, okay, I'll give it a shot. Center didn't have any books for beginner's English, so we needed a laptop, which took a while to get because they don't have many resources, many laptops or anything like that. So that was about another 20 minutes that I had to take away from him learning English to figure that out. But once we got started, it was so amazing to me how he was picking up all the information. I was able to teach the alphabet, also some fruits, and he was just so happy to have that information, and it just made me really appreciate the knowledge I get and being in school, like it made me appreciate all the lessons and stuff that sometimes I might not want to be at, or the lectures that I don't want to go to, because like you can't take that for granted. So many people like want to learn so bad and they're denied that opportunity for the most part. And when you have it at your feet and you take it for granted and you see stuff like that, like it just makes you feel so horrible. Like he hung on to pretty much every word I said. He was trying so hard to learn it, and I was just so glad to be working with him. As soon as we got started, we got our feet off the ground and we were doing really, really good. We learned the fruits and the alphabet. They brought in 2 other students and said they also want to learn English. And I was just like, all over again, overwhelmed. How am I going to do this? Starting from scratch. But I basically used the students to help each other. The other 2 students did not speak French well. They spoke very little French, but they were able somehow to try and communicate with the other student that did speak French, and because he didn't know their speech language really well, but they are friends somehow from the center. They know each other from the center, and they were connecting well. So we basically just used that to all kind of intertwine and learn that way together. By the end of the lesson, we learned, like I said, the alphabet. We learned about 12 fruits, and we learned some phrases like what's going on, hello, goodbye, and just a few things that I thought that they would need every day. They all thanked me at the end, and they were so excited to have learned that, and I was so happy to have been able to help them. I feel like they've been stereotyped a lot in their life, especially for not knowing a language like English, where they live now in Rome, and the people that they interact with mostly speak English, or Italian, and they don't know either. And I feel like sometimes people call you stupid or dumb because you don't know those languages because they speak them, and that's not the case, because I felt like very intelligent men, like the way they were soaking in that kind of knowledge. Like I sit in Italian class every week here, and I struggle because it's so hard for me to learn another language, and they struggled mainly just because I only spoke English and I couldn't understand them, and my teachers speak English and the language I want to learn, and I still am confused. And they caught on so fast to so much, and I just was like, wow. And then it really just amazed me also that these men were 29 and 28, and that they were still learning like languages and all these things. Like I never want to stop learning, and that really motivated me in that area. And I know that they kind of have to learn English to better their lives, but the fact that they're still trying to, because so many people have given up on learning a language, even if you are a refugee and you want to better your life. Like people have tried to do it other ways, and like that's what I've been getting from them, is like one of the best ways to do it is by diving in and learning that language. Great experience this week at the center. So excited to go back and be able to do that again. And we just can't let these stereotypes get the best of us. Like all of us just have to really do our best to overcome and be better than whatever people have to say about you. Thank you.